Dr. Naledi Kumalo left Johannesburg at 19 with a heart full of hope and her mother's blessing pressed between the pages of a prayer book. In New York, she cleaned offices and hospital floors by day and studied human anatomy by night. It took 10 years, but she became one of the most respected trauma surgeons in Maryland. Despite her success, Naledi never stopped looking back. Every paycheck was split in half, one part for her son Micah, the other for the family she left behind in South Africa. She built a new life while still mending the old one, brick by brick. She sponsored cousins' educations, paid for surgeries, rebuilt homes, and sent food parcels, never once considering it a burden. It was her way of staying whole. Micah, however, saw it differently. As a child, he watched her pack boxes for people he didn't know. He heard her speak Zulu on the phone more than she read bedtime stories. At school, he was teased for his accent, for his name, for the lunches she packed that smelled different. He began to resent her pride in her roots. He never said it outright, but it leaked through the cracks, through silence, through slammed doors, through half-hearted hugs. By college, his heart had closed. By adulthood, it had hardened. Naledi noticed, of course. She tried to reach him with gestures, driving 5 hours to surprise him with groceries, sending notes tucked in envelopes with money transfers. She even bought him a new car when he started his first job. Still, he barely called. When she found out from a distant cousin on social media that Micah was engaged, her hands trembled so badly she dropped her phone. She called him immediately, heart racing with hope. It wasn't Micah who answered. It was Leah, his fiancée. "Hello, this is Dr. Kumalo," Micah's mother spoke gently. "I heard the news and—" Leah interrupted, her voice cold. "Listen, we're building a life here. We don't need you calling all the time. It's disruptive." Naledi, confused, tried to explain. "I was only calling to wish—" Leah snapped. "You had your chance. Please stop disturbing our peace. Micah has moved on." The line went dead. Naledi, feeling the weight of being told she was a disturbance to her son's life, tried calling again with no answer. Weeks passed. Then a message came from Leah. "Please respect our boundaries. This number is for emergencies only." She stopped calling. She cried between surgeries, journaled instead of dialing. The ache remained. One night, after a long shift, she changed her will. She left everything to the Ubuntu Rise Foundation, a nonprofit she had funded for years, helping African immigrant women rebuild their lives. A scholarship in Micah's name was created for children estranged from their parents. On the wedding day, she walked in uninvited, watching her son smile, kiss Leah's hand, raise a glass. During the reception, her lawyer handed Micah a sealed envelope with the new will, a personal letter, and a photo of Naledi holding newborn Micah. The letter ended with, "I loved you enough to let you forget me." Naledi left before the cake was cut, flew to Portugal, and found peace in treating strangers with kindness. Her story went viral, not for revenge, but for grace. Micah tried to fight the will, but everything was airtight. As he sat in the home he thought he'd inherit, the weight of her silence fell on him. For the first time he cried, not out of anger, but understanding. But by then her legacy had already bloomed, in someone else's name. In a quiet village on the coast of Portugal, Dr. Naledi Kumalo began each day with the same ritual, lighting a candle, whispering a prayer in her mother tongue, and tending to the clinic garden. Children laughed outside, and the women she helped often brought her hand-woven baskets or warm bread, calling her Mama Naledi. No one knew about her son, and she no longer volunteered the story. But she had learned something most never do. Blood may bind you, but it does not always hold you. For years, she chased love through sacrifice, believing that by giving, she would earn her son's understanding. But sometimes, those we pour into the most are the first to forget our worth. The real inheritance we leave behind isn't wealth. It's dignity. It's how we respond to betrayal with grace. It's choosing peace over bitterness. It's rebuilding where others tried to erase us. Micah had her name, but strangers carried her heart. And through her final act of love, Naledi taught the world that your legacy is not what you leave to someone. It's what you leave within them.